This is an exciting day where we celebrate many things in the region and talk about some special things going on in the region as well. This is our final forum of the year, and it's always a great opportunity to take time to recognize people, organizations, and businesses that are helping the upstate a leading place to live, learn, do business, and raise a family. The mission of 10 at the Top is to foster collaboration, trust, and partnerships across the upstate region, and gatherings like this today are an important component of achieving that mission. First, I'd like to start off by recognizing and thanking the 10 at the Top board members who are with us today. We have a very strong, very active, and as I always say, one of the most awesome boards in the upstate who are very committed to the whole concept of regional collaboration and have been helping us since we were conceived over 10 years ago. If you're a 10 at the Top board member, would you please stand and be recognized, and we'd like to thank you for your service to the organization. Thank you. We are also very fortunate to have roughly 100 businesses, organizations, and individuals who have provided financial support at 10 at the Top in 2017. You can read the names of those entities in the back of the program, and I want to thank each of our funding supporters for their investment and commitment to regional collaboration. If your organization is not listed, don't worry. We have room for you, and we will add more companies, so I hope you will consider becoming a 10 at the Top funding partner in 2018. In particular, I want to thank our sponsors for helping make today's forum possible. Our series sponsor is Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina, and our premier sponsor for today is Fluor. You will hear more from both of those great organizations shortly. Our brunch sponsor is Piedmont Natural Gas. Greenville Health System is our community sponsor. Blue Ridge Electric Cooperative is our milestone anniversary sponsor. And GSA Business Report and 94.5 Answer are our media sponsors. We would like to thank all of them and our table sponsors who are all listed in the program. So I wanted to thank each of you for recognizing the importance of these regional forums and for help making them possible. At this time, I want to also thank and recognize RP Rama from Serona Holdings and Premier Event Management Services for being our host sponsor. RP is one of our board members and the 10 at the Top co-chair of our Community Vibrancy Task Force. RP and the Greenville Marriott have been great supporters of 10 at the Top and regional collaboration, and have specifically been extremely generous in supporting this event. So I'd like to acknowledge RP and welcome RP to make some remarks if you choose to do so.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know we are very short on time because we had a long lunch, or lunch is still going on, but as one of the owners of the hotel, I would like to welcome you all to our home. Consider this to be your home. What I am very happy about that you all have joined us at 10 at the Top. That is most rewarding for all of us because we learn from each other and we share with each other and we grow together. What I would like to at this time ask of you to call others that are not here to be part of this organization that it's a non-profit, but it helps and it supports the 10 counties of the upstate. There is no other organization like this in other states that I know of that does this kind of work, putting people together for their personal progress or the company's progress. So with that said, the membership dues are also very reasonable. I mean, we have 325 international companies, and we have not been able to get them in the loop because they don't know what we do. And so if you can help us get that word out, that would be the best one thing that I can ask of you all. Thank you.
Thank you, RP. Since we started the Forum Series in 2012, Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina has served as our series' premier sponsor. We greatly appreciate their continuing support, and it is my pleasure to introduce and welcome Angie Gossett for a few remarks.
Thank you, and welcome today. And thank you very much for taking your time out of your busy schedules, and we're all very busy with holidays approaching and everything, to join us today to help celebrate the successes that have occurred due to so many of your involvement in 10 at the Top. Many of you may be familiar with my former coworker, Jim Shue, as he was heavily involved with 10 at the Top, being a board member himself. Jim's moved on to a different role in Alabama with Blue Cross plan there, so I'm trying to fill his big shoes here today. And as many of you know, Blue Cross Blue Shield is a very, very community-oriented company. Our employees live here, work here, volunteer here, and support here. We know that in order to be a successful, thriving community, that we must all work together. And that's why we're a very strong supporter of 10 at the Top. Like 10 at the Top, we recognize that we must pull the correct people together to remove barriers and make the upstate a great place to live, grow, and work in. I recently had the opportunity to attend the 10 at the Top kickoff event, Connecting Our Future, where we heard from various speakers on areas of transportation improvement that have been done, areas that need to be completed, and many potential ideas for the future. The big message I took away from that event from keynote speaker Carla Bilo was that we need to make sure to enlist our business community to have the right people at the table to make it happen, and not just to talk about it. While it's important to have committees brainstorm and bring ideas to the table, we need to push for more, for those ideas to become a reality. We all know that transportation in the upstate is an issue, not just from our daily commutes where it can take 20 minutes to drive 4 miles, but also for our employers who can't get their employees to work due to lack of public transportation, or who can't get them to work on time because the public transportation that is available to them is stuck in traffic. There's also the issue of lack of bike paths, lack of parking spaces available in areas such as downtown Greenville that continues to grow and thrive. Take that a step further to those people who can't get to the doctor due to lack of access of public transportation, or who can't pick up their prescription medication. But what about that parent that has to travel by bus for miles and change buses twice just to get groceries? Or the student who has to get on the bus at 6:30 in the morning just to get to school for an 8:30 a.m. bell. The importance of making our community allows for its community members access to live, work, and grow impacts everyone. And without proper access, we won't be able to continue to grow and thrive as we are now. Employers need and want to make sure that they'll be able to hire those employees who have the ability to come to work on time. They also want to know that their goods and services can be accessible by their consumers. This impacts us at Blue Cross as both an employer as well as the people that we serve. If our members can't access the care they need or get to work on time every day, then that impacts our business as well. It's another reason why Blue Cross is committed to partnering with 10 at the Top to help support the economic vitality and quality of life in the upstate, and why we've been an investor since the beginning. So thank you for attending today.
At this time, I'm pleased to welcome 10 at the Top founding member and former chairman Neil Workman to the stage for our invocation. As he comes forward, I also want to mention that Neil's company, Trail Construction, is one of the milestone companies in 2017 as they are celebrating 35 years in the upstate.
Let us pray. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you and we ask that you would give us wisdom. The type of wisdom that it takes to know what's involved in our communities, every aspect of it. We can't move people in their hearts, but we know that you can. We know that we're very short-sighted with all that we want to accomplish. So we ask that it be done in your will and that you direct us and those that need to hear what needs to happen to take care of our community and the people. We're all at different socioeconomic levels, yet the least must be taken care of. Give us wisdom. Don't bless our plan, but give us your plan that you may bless it. And bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies. In Christ's name, amen.
At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage James Brown from Fluor. who is our presenting sponsor at today's forum. And there's James, and I think James has a few remarks as well.
Thank you, Hank, and it's really an honor to be able to be here and welcome you all to 10 at the Top's Celebrating Successes brunch. As a board member, I'm pleased to be here, but also as Fluor's general manager for our Greenville office. And Fluor is very delighted to be the presenting sponsor for the event today. You know, as one of the world's largest engineering and construction companies, we have over 50,000 employees across the globe. We've been in business 105 years, tackling some of the most complex projects all over the world, some of the signature projects like the Alaskan Pipeline, the Oakland Bay Bridge, the U.S. Army Corps Missile Defense Program. A lot of challenging projects, but more locally, we're working on a life sciences project in Clayton, North Carolina currently. It's about $1 billion project. We're working on the Port Access Road down near Charleston. And in addition, we're building the Duke Energy Combined Cycle project near Anderson. We're very delighted that we have about 2,500 employees in the upstate. So when you think about what's important to us, similar to what Angie said, it's about the quality of life. We know that employees have a choice of where they want to work and live, even not just in communities, but also within a company, a large global company like Fluor. So I'm delighted about the vision of 10 at the Top, and we certainly understand the importance of being collaborative and making sure that different groups are working together, not only in business, but also making sure that we have communities that are vibrant and that prosper. Also, celebrating milestones is important. So it takes a lot of diligence and resilience to have a sustaining organization. So I want to congratulate all those companies that will recognize today celebrating anniversaries. And finally, I want to say appreciation to the vision and engagement of all of those who have applied for the Hughes Investment grants. And just thank you for your community engagement. Once again, thank you for letting us be a part of this great organization and this great event. Thank you, Hank.
Another longtime 10 at the Top supporter is GSA Business Report. Rick, would you like to say a few comments?
Hey folks, Dean, where are you, man? Where's Dean? Good job. You always do a great job bringing people together. Good job. My name is Rick Jenkins. I'm the publisher of GSA Business Report, and we, of course, are the business publication of record here in the upstate, and we are honored to be a part of this great event today, celebrating successes. And if you will indulge me for about 60 seconds, I'd like to tell you 2 successes that we at GSA Business have been able to celebrate this year. One, we had our 20th year anniversary with our mid-September issue, and that marked, of course, 2 decades that we have been delivering business news in a variety of ways to business executives like you guys. And second, earlier, the South Carolina Press Association named us the best newspaper in South Carolina in our category, of course, which includes all business publications in the state. And it also includes our sister pubs in Charleston and Columbia, so I certainly rub their noses in that every chance I get. So we're proud of those things. And we're proud to be here today. You know, our news team loves covering good news, right? News that is inspiring, news that is uplifting, and this certainly, I think, fits that category, and I think a lot of that news, that type of news will be born out of this event today. We will cover that in an issue coming to you soon. One thing about 10 at the Top real quick, and you guys know this, but I think it always is worth saying, and I say it every time I get a chance. 10 at the Top exists, again, you know, but 10 at the Top exists for a very simple and admirable reason, and that is to bring community leaders together like yourself in one place to talk about how we can improve this place we work, this place we live in, this place that we call home, the upstate of South Carolina. And you guys do a wonderful job of it all the time, and again, we appreciate it. One last thing, when you all leave here, we got a table out front, and we have got plenty of our business resource guides sitting there, book a list, market facts, all of that stuff. So please take them home with you, or I'll have to throw them away at the end of the year. Thank you, and it wasn't too bad, was it?
So now, Dean, it's your time. Dean Hebel, our Executive Director.
Thank you, Hank, and thank you to our speakers and sponsors and partners, and thank you to all of you for being with us here today for this event. This event we started in 2012 when we said, we were going to have forums around issues that impact elements of our community, how we're growing economic vitality, quality of life. And so we started the series in 2012, but we said, it's important to talk about all these issues throughout the year, but towards the end of the year, we need to recognize that, we're doing some things right. We have great things happening in our communities. That's why people are coming here. That's why all of us are here. That's why this is a great place to live. So we started celebrating successes for multiple reasons. We wanted to celebrate organizations that are doing great things, individuals, communities, and one of the first things we did the first year was we said, there were a bunch of companies celebrating milestone anniversaries. And, longevity in a community is really important to the building blocks of your community. If you have a lot of organizations, a lot of businesses, a lot of initiatives that are around for a long time, that means in most cases they're doing something very well. And they become the story of your community. So in your program is a list of the companies, or at least the ones we have found, that are celebrating milestone anniversaries here in 2017. And those of you who've attended this event in the past know we've read all the names and we've sung happy birthday, and we've decided to do a little bit different this year. We're sitting here at lunch or brunch instead of an end-of-day event, so we're not going to sing or name everyone, but we want to tell the story a little bit. And if you look through the list, really the types of organizations that have been the backbone of this community for a long time go, probably not surprising, from financial institutions to education is critical. Healthcare, as we look right around 105 years ago, then the Red Cross, and then other efforts, and it just over time, then we start getting the beginning of some of our entrepreneurs and smaller businesses that have been in this community, like Neil's, for extended periods of time. And it all weaves together that story of our community, and it tells us what we have is a place that people want to live in, a place that's special, a place that meets its needs and continues to grow. Also a place that addresses its challenges. A lot of things that were in vogue 50, 75, 100 years ago from a business standpoint are not the same as they are today. But we've addressed that, and new companies have come in, and new things have happened, and so our community continues to grow and thrive. And so today we're going to celebrate all of that, celebrate these companies. And as I call up Charles Dalton to the stage to lead us in a toast, we're going to have a 2-minute mimosa break. For anyone who wants to get a mimosa in the back or fill your glass, Charles is going to do a toast for us. We talked about milestones, we talked about building blocks, we talked about organizations and people within a community that help you have longevity and success. And we're so pleased to have Charles Dalton with Blue Ridge Electric up here to provide the toast for this, for the anniversaries. Charles has been a stalwart in the upstate for many years, and I'm sure will continue to be. We're glad he's going to continue to be engaged with Tenant Top, and I'm sure with others, but he is stepping away from his day job with Blue Ridge from a full-time standpoint after this year, and getting to travel a little bit more and maybe go to a Clemson football game. Yeah? Okay, maybe, yeah. So Charles, you've seen a number of founding Tenant Top board members already, and you'll hear from some more, but Charles was right there with that group and has been involved with Tenant Top and other organizations in the upstate since the very beginning. And so I'm very pleased to introduce him to lead us in the anniversary toast. So Charles, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you for those kind remarks. It's very interesting and inspiring what we're doing here today, and to listen to Dean's remarks and others about the milestone companies. What an awesome thing when you look at that list. The lengthy list of businesses and organizations that have continued to function, and quite honestly function very effectively for a long period of time is super impressive. Their accomplishments set some of the fine examples for all of us. I think the younger companies can look to some of the companies who've been around for some time as guidance and mentors. I'm sure all of these folks could point to long-term traditions that they have added and continue to add to the character and the story of our upstate. Some of these companies are really unique to our area. Without question, their ongoing contributions are playing a critical role in making our region special and a wonderful place to live, learn, do business, and raise a family. Our own organization, Blue Ridge Electric Co-op, observed its 77th birthday on August 14th of this year. And at its chartering in 1940, the cooperative was serving 1,640 members. Today, our utility is providing electricity to a little better than 66,000 members along 7,000 miles of power line in portions of 5 upstate counties of Anderson, Oconee, Pickens, Greenville, and Spartanburg. As employees of a member-owned cooperative, our Blue Ridge team takes particular pride in delivering quality service. Our stated mission, in fact, is to meet and exceed our members' expectations. And I can tell you, after having been there 36 years, our folks are doing that. The folks listed on the list that you have at your table have been designated as milestone companies. I believe that's a very appropriate designation. All these operations have demonstrated they have staying power. And it's certainly no accident that each of them has reached the pinnacle that they now enjoy. Now, I would ask that the representatives of all these milestone companies who are present to stand and be recognized. So, any representative of those milestone companies, please stand. Remain standing. And now, let's look around and see these folks first. Now, I'd ask the rest of you to please stand. And let's take an opportunity to raise a glass to toast these folks. Each and every one of you, we offer our congratulations for your multiplied achievements, your many years of achievements, and also to extend our best wishes for more attainment and the many more years that you have to come in your milestone years. So thank all of you. Thank you. Thank you.